evening. How my beautiful queens and handsome kings doing this evening? How you all doing? Welcome or welcome back to another day and a new video. This will be kind of like a little chit chat video, something a little different. I just wanted to kind of open up to you all about how life lately been for me. I know I'm not the only one who might be, going through challenging and tough times at the moment with this thing called life. Like life really been lifing for a lot of people, including myself. And one thing I'm starting to see that, I always pray for better days and pray that it's going to get better. But from the way how things looking, I'm at this moment, I'm just saying, only thing I can do is continue to trust God and just continue to stay positive, stay motivated, and continue to, do what I have to do in order to provide for myself as well as my family. But on another note, I'm starting to find that working one full-time job is not enough. I'm always applying myself every day. I go on Indeed. Sometimes I go in person to different jobs and apply. Majority of the times now, a lot of places that I have applied to in person, they want you to go on Indeed. So I'm on Indeed like every single day from I would say from sun up to sundown, just applying for different positions. Overall, I might apply for at least 50 jobs over the last year and a half up until now. I currently do work. Consider working full-time at a hotel. But you all, if you all new to my channel, like I said, I work at a hotel and I'm actually working 2 different departments. But I'm noticing that even though I'm working banquets and I'm working as a food server in a restaurant, which is called a bistro, my pay is totally 2 different pays. Like I'm actually making $2 more in banquets than I am in a restaurant. But the thing is, I noticed these last couple of weeks when I've been receiving my paycheck, like between working in both departments and the income combined, is just not enough money to sustain life. And it's not including that after I pay my bills. It's like I've been basically trying to manage with one income. It's really hard trying to do that. I said to myself, if I was out on my own or whatever, and just pretty much by myself, I probably would be homeless, because I don't know how I would be able to provide for myself, financially. It's really sad that a lot of people like myself have to turn back home to families and, living with families and friends until, we can be able to sustain life. Like I'm saying that because my goal was this year I was trying to move out and get like a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. But the thing is, the cost of living is sky high everywhere. Like nowadays, these people want you to be making like 3 times the rent. And the thing is, in reality, the job's not paying you 3 times. And I know it's so easier for people to sit up there and judge other people and be saying, oh, people need to work 80 hours a week. I wish I could work 80 hours a week, but I work for a company who's very cheap and they would literally cut your hours. Like I be wanting to get more hours. Every time I try to, get some extra time in or the extra 2 hours in working, because I always have been a hard worker. That's one thing about me. Even before the pandemic happened, I always had worked 2 jobs, kept 2 jobs. Like I say, I'm currently seeking a second job for a second source of income. But the thing is, realistically, everybody might not work for companies that allow you to go into overtime or to even work 80 hours a week, because nowadays a lot of these companies, they want to save labor and cut back. So, working 80 hours a week is not realistic for some people. But like I say, I always been a person that like to work hard and make my money and grind. But I can't force a company or force my employer to make me work extra hours to get extra money. I have tried to seek and I pick up extra hours back here. I was informed that they didn't, I couldn't do it. Like I say, even with me working 2 different departments in the hotel, it's still not enough. So I just say I try to stay prayed up every day and pray for better days, not just for myself, but for everybody, because I know the cost of living, inflation is really affecting a lot of us. And it's taking a toll on a lot of people mentally, people trying to figure out how they're going to survive out here, how they're going to provide. I literally just did an Instacart over an hour ago. for 15 items, my total was like what, $100 some, $119. That's not including the taxes, state taxes here, fees, and then you know, gratuity because I'm tipping the server, and that's not included like state fees and tax fees. I don't know why is it so expensive in certain cities and states. I know Memphis is very expensive with state taxes. I don't know why it's like that. Even with trying to get back and forth to work, I have to catch lifts. The lifts burning my pocket out. When I say for maybe a week, I'm out almost $100 some. That's just for transportation to get to and from work. Not saying that because the thing is, I always been the person who liked to catch the bus. I would get on the bus regardless. Like, I don't ever think I'm too good to catch the bus and save money. The thing is, realistically, they cut the buses out. Like, the buses here in Memphis, they have laid 200 bus drivers off last year. The bus that usually come by my house, it run like every 2 hours. I have to be at work at 6 a.m. Don't no bus come around. Don't no bus start until 7 o'clock in the area I stay in. I don't want to be late trying to get to work, you know. There have been some people here who lost their jobs because of the buses. The buses will come every 2 hours. I was into one, I seen the story back here on Google where a lady actually lost her job because she kept telling her supervisor she trying to get to work. Like, not everybody can afford a car. Like I'm saying, if you barely can afford a roof over your head, let alone a car. She lost her job because her supervisor got tired of her study saying that, oh, my bus running late. You know, a lot of these companies, a lot of these employers nowadays, they only thing they want you to do is to show up for work like you're supposed to do and get there. They don't care how you get there. You know, it just realistically, I'm starting to see that life really is lifing. And it just really affected me to the point, like, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, even at 40 years old, I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, I never thought inflation would make it to the point where it's this bad, where people, you know, will have to work 2 and 3 jobs, you know, just to make it. So what I've been doing to keep my head above water, I've been trying to manage the best way I can on one income. I've been cutting back on a lot of things. With me, I don't get my hair done. I slap a wig on my head in a second. Lashes, I got lashes on. Need some little Dollar Tree lashes I pop on my head. I'm just, you know, y'all know I like to keep it real on my channel, because I know some people be, you know, say, well, maybe you need to stop buying lashes or getting your hair and nails done. These my natural nails. I polish them. I don't treat myself no more to anything because it's too expensive. Like I say, it's just reliving in some trying times, and I'm not seeing things. I'm praying that things getting better, but for the way how it's looking, it is not looking good. I'm gonna say it like that. But like I say, I've been cutting back. I'm trying to manage the best way I can. What I have been doing lately to not overspend. I've been having, like, when I get paid, because my job paid me bi-weekly every 2 weeks, I automatically have my account. I have emergency funding set up on my payroll card. So when I get paid, it automatically deduct 10% of my income. It go into my savings. I'm gonna say it like that. I don't touch that. It have been times where I clean my savings out, because I've been doing that for like over a year. I cleaned it out, wiped it out, because if you all, you know, like I said, I have back here I was trying to look for work, and to get back and forth to work back here, I had to, you know, go through my savings. So I'm trying to rebuild my savings back up. So that's why I say I've just been kind of cutting back. But I'm just praying that a second door open for me. I think I'm off. I work the next 3 days. I'm off Wednesday and Thursday. I'm thinking about Wednesday to go apply for some more jobs in person. But like I say, I'm on Indeed every day, because every company now that I have applied to in Memphis, everybody wants you to go online. It's like technology taking over. You know, I don't even think too many jobs do paper applications no more. Majority of the companies now want you to go online on Indeed. So I'm always on my phone on Indeed looking for different jobs. But I'm just praying that things get better because it's really getting rough out here. But like I say, to keep my head above water, I try to keep myself motivated. I try to, stay positive at all times, pray for better days, and know that, I'm not the only one going through this. I know that, sometimes you go through things, and sometimes what you might go through help you become, you get better, well, I can't even get my words out. Sometimes you might have to go through some things in order to get to where you're trying to go. I'm not a very picky person with jobs. Like I say, I have bust tables before. I have been a waitress. I remember there was times where I had worked for $2.15 an hour. I remember when my daughter was little, I had worked for a job paying $2.15 an hour plus tips. I'm always applying. I just say money is money. Like I say, I'm still the server, but I'm a server in a hotel. I'm not making $2.15 an hour, but like I say, whoever pulled my application and willing to hire me and give me an interview, that's all that matters right now. Like I say, I'm not picky. Whatever the company hire me, that just hire me. Because like I say, money is money. That's how I felt. My very first job I have ever worked was McDonald's. I never thought that I was too good for jobs because I know for certain jobs, I know you have to crawl before you walk. And then the times we living in now is showing me that you have to, even though you might have a degree, because I have a degree, but nowadays a degree is not really, you can have a degree and there's still people out here struggling to find a job, even though they do have a degree. So I'm just open to whatever, come my way. Like I said, I just been staying prayed up. I've been cutting back and just hoping for better days to happen for me. But I kind of just wanted to open up and just, talk to you all about how life really been life for me, because I've been coming across a lot of people sharing their stories on videos about how they have to, cut back on some things, or how some of them barely can afford groceries. And I know how it is. I'm in that category. Like I say, only thing what's really been helping me is just trying to cut back and manage my money the best way I can, because I never seen that. Like when I say I have been buying groceries like once a week now, I remember I used to go through groceries. Like groceries was used to last me like every 2 weeks, but it's not like that no more. We living in a different time. So I just want to kind of come in and just kind of give y'all like a little mini life update on what's been really happening with me and financially, and how I just been trying to manage with one income, but at the same time I'm still out here applying myself. Like I say, I be on Indeed every single day. It be some times where I can't sleep because I'm constantly on my phone applying for different jobs and praying that somebody will pull my application. But I have submitted an application. They opening up. They building a new hotel from the ground up here in Memphis. I had reached out to maybe someone that worked there. I don't know if there's I don't know what they do there. But I have reached out to the person. I think he's like a manager. He told me to submit a resume, and he gave me the email. So I'm hoping and praying. They say the hotel is supposed to open up next month in May. I hope I be one of them that they pull the application on. But like I say, for the time being, I'm still on Indeed planning myself to, to something come through. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you all a little mini update. That's gonna include this video. And I thank you all so much for tuning in. Till the next time, you all stay prayed up. And just continue to do the best you can, and don't give up, because I know it's hard out here. But just keep going, and you got this. Bye-bye.